Hi guys, Jeff at Slavens Racing. This is actually Alex 2023 300XC KTM. And let's take a look under the hood here. All right, so I've got the tank and the seat off, and everything looks a lot different from the previous years. Who knows what these little carriers are for back here. This is kind of a tray system that they have here. If you look on this, it actually lifts this whole unit. But these are probably some wires for the lights and stuff like that. I really don't know. I don't really even care. But this is what I really care about, is the ECU right here. All right, this looks totally different than years past. It looks, I'm gonna pop it out of there. This with one hand. There we go. Then I'm going to pull this rubber boot off. Kind of catch this up here. Okay, so that's what the ECU looks like. Thanks for putting up with all my wiggling and jiggling here. So, this looks very much like an automotive ECU. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. I'm hoping to do some remapping on one of those fairly soon and resolve a couple of issues. All right, this is, I haven't looked it up, but this has got to be the regulator rectifier for charging the battery and all that, changing the voltage from AC to DC. It used to be mounted up here on the side of the frame, and it was bigger. It used to sit right up here. There's a lot of little gadgets here. This is just a holder for this connector. I don't know why they went to that length, but this connector is where you plug in the dongle for like setting things like the power valve. And I'm not sure, this says up on it. So I think this piece right here is probably the tip over sensor. So if your bike is laying flat on the ground like you just crashed, it will shut the motor off. I have no idea what this little piece is for. I'll have to look that up. Most of the stuff like this, I don't know for sure what that is either. Doesn't really matter. The battery, it's laying on its side now. That's kind of interesting. Hell of a thick wiring harness there. This is the solenoid for the starter. Then underneath it are the fuses, which is kind of awkward to get to now, but you can pop it off of these tabs right here real quick if you need to, out on the trail, and then you can get to it and turn it to where you can access those fuses. This is just the connector for the fuel pump on the gas tank. And you got this big space here. This is kind of unusual. And that piece right there is the crankcase sensor pressure. Crankcase pressure sensor, excuse me. And you can see it's got a lot larger hose on it now, so that shouldn't plug up like they have in the past. If we look down in there a little more, you can see the throttle body. And that's a 4-stroke style throttle body. Obviously it's different. It's not the 4-stroke model, but it looks like one. And that red knob is for setting the idle, and that red knob is a pain in the butt to turn. I'm telling you, I can't get my hand in there. Pushing on it with a screwdriver is not easy. And then there's a yellow knob. Oh, let's see, right down there on the bottom of the throttle body. And that you can pull it out. I haven't even messed with it yet, but I'm assuming it's the same as a 4-stroke. Well, if you can get your hand in there, you can push down on that thing, and it creates a fast idle. I see no reason for that. Seems like a waste of time to even put that on there, because these things start instantly and idle perfectly. So don't ever mess with that knob. It's not going to gain you anything. All right, here's a better look at the hose system. There's this piece right here in this hose, and I'll show you on the other side. Let me get back over there. Sorry guys. So this that piece has a sensor. Let me see if I can get this down here so you can see it. And you can see it a little bit. So there's a brass sensor in there, and that is for the water temperature or the ECU. This is the new electronic power valve. Right there, so it's electronically controlled. The power valve itself is still a manual piece that flips up and down and rotates on the side power valves, but the actuator is electronic now. And there's the side of the throttle body. And this is where the fuel line connects to the tank. The tank's fairly easy to remove. I'm not gelling with the seat though, I can tell you that. Getting that seat on and off is a pain in the butt. Off, not so bad, but on, yes. All right, there's the new Style Radiator Cap that I really don't care for, but is what it is. And it works. So. All right, guys, I just want to give you a quickie of what's under the hood of the new 300 XC. And this bike is going to be fully built, I'm going to do the full mule job to it. This is Alex's bike, not my bike, but he and I are about the same height. He weighs more than I do, so I'll spring it for him, but after I get done doing all the testing. But anyhow, that's not what this video is about, guys. So hope you enjoyed this under the hood. That's all for now.